Traditional education operates on a specific exchange. If you memorize the curriculum and perform on the test, you are stamped with approval. This is the baseline for earning institutional merit. In 8th grade, JP understood the material, but he didn't naturally excel in the standard testing format. His brain didn't lack the capacity for the information, it just didn't align with the rigid delivery the system demanded. To bridge that gap, he and his mother found a practice exam. He spent hours mastering that specific set of information, effectively learning how to speak the test's language. When the real exam arrived, the questions matched his preparation. He walked out with the highest grade in the entire class. By every metric the school provided, JP had fulfilled his side of the contract. He had provided the exact result the system was designed to measure. That result was met with immediate suspicion. Instead of acknowledging his performance, the teacher accused him of cheating the moment she saw his score. There was no evidence to support the claim, no witnesses, no notes, and no inconsistencies in the work itself. The accusation rested entirely on her baseline expectation of him. A perfect score from JP was such a deviation from her mental model that she couldn't accept it as legitimate. To the teacher, his success was an error in the system. It wasn't a reflection of his capability, it was an anomaly that needed to be corrected. To find that correction, she forced a retest weeks later. By then, the specific high-pressure recall required for that exam had naturally faded, and JP's score was lower. The teacher viewed this second, lower score as the final proof needed. In her mind, the discrepancy confirmed that the first result was a lie. For a Black student who is often the only one in the room, this reaction is a specific kind of friction. When more performance exceeds the room's expectations, the legitimacy of your work is the first thing to be interrogated. This reveals a hidden mechanic in many institutions. When you outperform a biased baseline, the system doesn't adjust its expectations. It tries to disqualify the result. That 8th grade test didn't actually measure JP's right to the information. It only measured whether he had been exposed to the right data at the right time to produce a specific answer. We use the word merit to describe these outcomes, but often it's a measure of how well someone complied with a specific, narrow process. If we look closely at how these hierarchies function, merit is frequently a proxy for three things: access to the material, structural support to learn it, and the permission of the gatekeeper to succeed. This acts as a gatekeeper's filter. It is a checkpoint designed to ensure that success only happens through approved, predictable channels. Those who pass through the filter easily often believe their achievement is purely a matter of personal effort. Those who are blocked by it see that merit is often just a tool for institutional control. This same focus on process over outcome still dominates how we train people today. We treat learning, the act of sitting in a seat and absorbing theory, as the final objective. JP's work focuses on the opposite, the doing. The real objective is applying knowledge to produce a result, regardless of the hours spent in a classroom. In this diagram, we see the contextualization gap. Expected behavior is trapped inside a wall of theory, but inline knowing breaks that wall. Behavior comes first, and knowledge becomes a supporting atmosphere. You learn what matters because you're already moving. But any system built on its own rigid process will view this efficiency as a threat. It will always prioritize the proper way of learning over the most effective way of doing. AI is currently untying the knots of that traditional friction. It is a lever that allows anyone to bypass the gate-kept steps of the past. With these tools, a person can access information and deliver high-level results without spending years moving through the traditional filters of validation. This is exactly why AI causes such high levels of anxiety in professional and academic circles. To those who rely on the filters to decide who belongs, a result produced outside the proper path feels illegitimate. By controlling the method of success, institutions can control who is allowed to succeed. When a new tool makes that method obsolete, the gatekeepers lose their grip on the outcome. You still have to perform, you still have to deliver the result, but you no longer have to wait for someone's permission to start. Most people won't care how you got there, until you get there in a way they couldn't.